Okay, everyone, welcome. I was a little loud. Okay, everyone, welcome to our first podcast, Tech Talk Time, with.
Do I introduce myself
Yes,
now?
you introduce
Okay.
yourself right now.
I'm Toby Chrissinger, also known as Uncle Toby.
Woo.
Just plugging right there.
How's it going, Sahil Sony?
How's it going, Tyler Johnson?
And my name is Ahad Hassan, also known as Ice Cream Boy 101. And today, the biggest topic that we're going to talk about is the Galaxy Note 9 that was just unveiled this morning.
The new Galaxy Note 9.
Yes, it is the self-proclaimed most powerful phone of all time. And it kind of have like the specs to back it up, I would say. So the biggest things that it's pushing is moving from the base 64 gigs. For so long, 64 gigs, I think for like 2 years now, has been like the base storage. And they just doubled that for the base. So for the base model, it goes 128 gigs and 6 gigs of RAM for $999, which matches last year's iPhone 10 and possibly the upcoming iPhone 10 also. So having doubled the storage for the same exact price is something that is different. Because like we've seen it before with like 16 gigs to 32 and then 64. And before that was like 8, 4, 2.
Yeah, so no longer is 64 gigs. Like 64 gigs used to be the cutting edge. That's no longer even like in the field anymore.
No, but I
128,
mean,
no.
Samsung is one of the best when it comes to storage and
Yeah,
displays. So with
for sure.
storage, I mean, I feel like they're just pushing it to begin with, but like it might be another year or two before other manufacturers such as Google, Apple, or like the Chinese ones, Oppo and
So,
OnePlus,
It's
all
definitely
those
ahead
two.
of the
Almost
curve.
falling far behind.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
so
is
do you
very
think
yeah.
the other manufacturer is going to push towards 128 being the base
I mean,
now?
now it will be because Samsung's already doing it. Samsung put up to 1 terabyte by doing the 512 gig
Right.
plus another 512 gig SS or an SD card. So like 1
That's
terabyte
crazy.
in a phone, that's excessive.
That's
That's
it's a
excessive.
little excessive,
It's
but
very excessive. I mean, but people who like shoot 4K and the camera is very good now with the dual
dual, of
aperture
course.
with the dual lens, optically image stabilized. So I feel like some people will record 4K, so 512 gigs, and they might put in an SD card for some things. But like it's just no worries because like I feel like now we're at the point where there's no worries. Even at 32 gigs on like most recent iPhones, that's been an issue. But then 64 kind of pushed it. But
Right.
now with 128 and 512, they even skipped down to 256 that a lot of companies did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so now there's only two types. You can either get the 128 gigs with 6 gigs of RAM or the 512 gigs with the 8 gigs of RAM. And then the latter is going for $1,200. And that's like
Wow.
equivalent to iPhone 10 at like
the next
256.
iPhone.
Yeah.
The next iPhone 10 at like 256. So that's double the storage, possibly double the RAM. The pen that comes with it, they updated that quite a bit since last time. They keep updating the pen that comes with it with the Note 8 and then
And
the
it looks
Note.
like a pencil.
What did they do to
I
it
mean,
this
they
time?
only did that with the blue version of it. So now, I mean, it matches with most of the colors of the phone, like the lavender that you see
Yeah,
over
yeah.
there.
It
But with the
really
blue-
does look exactly like a pencil.
I mean, okay, but like that's the.
It
I
is
don't know.
quite. It's an
I don't-
interesting design.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't need to get that color. You can get any other color. But
Yeah.
now they add the Bluetooth features of it. It's kind of insane. The Bluetooth features. It's like a remote control. Because
Yeah,
like
yeah, basically.
I watched the presentation in the morning, and the presenter was controlling the PowerPoint with the S Pen.
No, yeah. I'm glad they're improving the pen.
Because
Because-
like that's like the point of it. That's
Yeah.
like what the Note feature is known for.
Right.
And then it was also shown that it takes 40 seconds for the pen to recharge for 30 minutes of use.
It's pretty good.
So it's like if it ever dies on you, plug it in for 40 seconds, and it's Samsung really like it was expected that they were gonna let it charge through the pen slot, but like if it was the other way around, that would be a big fail for it.
Yeah,
That you
for
would
sure.
have to plug it in, even if it's USB-C. It's surprising how much they're cramming into a phone.
No,
Especially
it is exceptional. I mean, for how much stuff this has, it has, I mean, almost no bezel whatsoever. I mean, it has a bezel, obviously, but it's very minimal. And on top of that, like, the camera being pushed all the way in, not sticking out anymore, which is great.
Like
'Cause-
Apple.
Like
the
Apple.
iPhone 10, man. And then they're pushing 4,000. I'm scared of the 4,000 milliamp hour battery since the Note 7.
Note 7.
Yeah. And now
Hopefully.
they're packing more than that, plus like a bigger battery.
I'm sure Samsung is so aware of that problem now,
Yeah.
because I mean that was just horrible for
Yeah,
them.
that was like the only phone that was meant like supposed to be recalled entirely
Oh,
because of
that
something
was
like this.
so terrible.
I still get jokes made fun of me because of that.
Yeah.
But if it's 4,000, especially with the optimization, I was watching a video on Pocket Now Daily, and they showed Samsung always had an issue with their older phones. It was called Flipboard. It was like a news feed on the left side. So you're on the
Right.
home
Yeah.
screen,
Yeah.
you swipe once to the left, and then you're at the Flipboard.
The Flipboard.
It would always lag. It
Oh my
never
God.
went there
Yeah.
smoothly.
No, it was
And
horrible.
then I got the S8 with the Bixby Home,
Right.
and I still used it for a little bit of news cards, but I stopped because it was so laggy just opening it up. And that was like my biggest issue.
No, yeah,
with
that
it.
was always. I hated that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like, why do I need to see that?
Yeah,
Why does
I
it
mean,
need to be
at
there
least
if
make
I don't
it
want it?
smooth. At least make it smooth
Right.
if you're gonna do something like that. You make it laggy and then it's just doesn't.
Oh, I
you
know.
don't want to open it up. But then I was watching the video and they were doing a hands-on demo. They swiped left and it was smooth, 100%, just went
Yeah.
through. So I don't know if it's like the new optimization for it or the new chipset that comes with it.
Was
But
it laggy upon first use of the phone?
For my phone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah. I mean, out of the box.
I mean,
that
because
thing
that was the first time they
as soon
introduced
as you swipe-
Bixby, so it was
I
like.
don't understand why they put a feature like that on the phone.
I mean, everyone's trying to push
entirely.
their
it's
own
not even
thing.
affected by storage space. It's just laggy right off the gate.
Yeah, so like if you're at least gonna put something like that, because like everyone wants their own AI type of thing, or like voice, like Windows has Cortana, Apple
Yeah.
has Siri, Amazon has Alexa, Google has Google.
Yeah.
Like how they're naming it.
So like everyone just wants their own because you can dominate the market of like, and you can also get people's information to sell. I know that's like a little sketch, but
Yeah.
yeah, they get like our information
But
through it, and the more
it's-
people use it.
Yeah.
And then I remember in the beginning when I was using Bixby, Samsung would pay you to use Bixby
Oh,
with
really?
Samsung
Wow.
points. So the
That's
more you use
funny.
it, you get points and then redeem it for stuff. But
That
then
is
they
hilarious.
stopped. So like it just kind of like got you into it. The only one thing I don't like about the design, I honestly think the S8 has the best design ever
Oh really?
with the matching camera or the heart rate sensor and flash and the fingerprint. It just looks so clean. I always liked it.
Oh, you mean like how this one? It's just like a little
it's
rectangle
like a ball.
around
It's like
it.
it's a rectangle and then there's a
Right.
fingerprint sensor underneath it. I just don't think it's as
You
even
don't
with
think
the
it's
S9.
You
necessary?
don't like how small it is too?
Oh yeah, the fingerprint sensor. Like we have to see what people use it, but it just looks pretty small. And the thing is, the camera module. There are two cameras, but they're different sizes. Like one
Yeah.
is bigger than the other, like significantly bigger. It's not just like a small mismatched size. So it's like you don't even have to. I understand like the cameras aren't the same. One's a telephoto lens and one's just a regular lens.
Yeah.
But can't you just make it fake, like a fake bigger circle around it, just so it looks similar and like matching?
I kind of like the two different.
You like the two different?
I like
It's
it.
just not
It-
matching.
It
It's
really
different to me.
it really like exemplifies how it's using two lenses at the same time on the same image. I don't know. I really like the whole dual lens like idea is super cool because
Mhm.
like the now with like depth of field you have that on phones. Like before it was just like that's like DSLR
Yeah.
only, but on the phones that's crazy. Like this phone doesn't even have like a dual lens system. It has two lenses, but they're two separate lenses. You can switch in between them. Now
But
the
they
phone's
can't work
using
together.
yeah the phone's using both of them at the same time. It's super cool. I
I
think
mean,
that's the
but-
coolest thing.
The new Google Pixel 2 is like adamant about not going to dual lenses. I don't know why they
Yeah.
try and do everything that everyone else is doing, but on a single lens. Because like at that point, where do you stop? Because I
Right.
heard the new Galaxy S10, the highest model, will have triple lenses, and the new iPhone 10
Triple.
will have triple lenses too.
Triple lenses.
So like, where do you stop at that point? Do you go 4 or 5? I mean, one.
Would you need that?
I don't think you need that though, because
Yeah, but-
speaking from like a photography perspective, you have like foreground and background mostly.
Yeah.
With two lenses, you're able to. There's nothing that's going to be out of focus really.
No, there's foreground, background, monochrome, wide angle, telephoto, 5 times.
Oh, I
zoom.
guess yeah.
Then like a huge, you can have like a 40 megapixel sensor. You can
I
have
don't-
this.
So you're gonna
Just
take
like a-
all
It just-
of those pictures. in
It just
one
feels
and
over the
be able
top to
switch
me
it.
because I don't really see why.
Because it's been single for so long, and once you move to double, like 1 year you move to double, the next year is triple already.
Right.
So like once you break the barrier of having one lens, and the iPhone like mostly broke it. Most people,
Yeah.
like I understand that companies came before iPhone and like moving, but it's iPhone. Like that's the way that moves it.
Shout out iPhone.
Maybe.
Even though we trash on it a lot,
Yes,
but I mean,
we
hey.
do.
That's what we're recording.
They do
Oh,
something.
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, we didn't have to. We just recorded on my phone.
Yeah, this camera. I have the
I
LG
just
G5.
realized you could've- you could've-
The LG G5. It's old
Why not doing
now,
audio anymore?
considering the LG G7's out now. But It has two lenses, but one is wide angle only, and then one's just a regular
I
camera.
would like for a wide angle, because like telephoto makes sense, but telephoto was like 3 times or 4 times.
Right.
Like 2 times is not really,
I know.
it's not really that
No,
important.
the wide angle in this is super cool.
Yeah,
though.
wide angle.
You can get. It looks like a GoPro if you like record a video.
Oh.
It's just like it looks like an action shot. It's really dope.
Why do companies put monochrome lenses? That's like
I don't
pointless.
know.
I
Just put a
have
filter
no
on it.
idea.
Put a
We have
filter on it.
filters for that, really.
Yeah.
Put a filter
Because
on
they
it.
say, look, we take 2 pictures, one's monochrome, one's regular, and then we mix it together. And it's just
I get it's like a true black and white versus like a artificial black and white.
But
like,
Come on.
no
At
one's
that
gonna be
point,
that
you
much
need
of a
an actual
snob,
camera.
really.
Yeah.
Think of the average consumer. They're just, if they really want a black and white, Instagram will do it for them. Even
Yeah,
they don't have to
exactly.
get an
Instagram will
app
do
for
it
it.
for you.
Exactly.
So, like, undeniably, it's a beast of a phone. It has
Yeah.
the specs
Oh,
are
for
great.
sure.
The
Um,
only thing is the Samsung experience. A lot of people are indifferent about it. I like it personally. It has a lot of features, but if they offered a pure Android version, this would be the top phone for the next 4
Oh,
years.
for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a big fan of Samsung's OS.
I'm not either,
I
to be honest.
I don't know. It feels kind of like there's some bloatware on it
Yeah,
that's
there
comes
is.
coming with it, and
Yeah.
I prefer stock Android. I have a Pixel XL right now. I need a. It's a good phone, but yeah, that's one of my complaints with it. The fact that you have to get this
The
you have to get
Samsung-
some bloatware and everything on it to start.
But I mean, with the S8, they really moved into making it more streamlined and optimized. And it looks like with the Note 8 or Note 9, they made it even more optimized. Like I said, with the Bixby Home,
Right.
so it just seems a little better there. But we'll never know for like certain until. It's also like a lot of people say like the battery dies quickly after a while or it lags down. But like with 8 gigs of RAM, if you go for the top version, and then 4,000 milliamp hours, that's all day battery.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's for sure all day battery.
And it's not thick at all. Like I don't even know how they manage.
No, it's crazy. It really is.
But yeah, they used to offer an Android-only variant of like old Galaxy phones.
Oh,
but
really?
then,
I didn't even know
like,
that.
like I said, they all want to move to their own. Because if Android one day was like, no, like we're gonna charge for this, and only Google Pixel phones can use Android's operating system,
Right.
then what's like LG gonna do with their small skin? Like Samsung, on the other hand, can like
Yeah.
hold their own. Or like OnePlus with their Oxygen OS, like it's based off of Android basically, so there's not much you can do there.
Now, I just read that there's a water cooling system and a supercapacitor.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I mean, it might just be all talk from Samsung because like they do that sometimes.
Water cooling
What?
Water cooling.
in a phone?
I mean, putting
That's
they just like put water there or like water vapor in order to make it technically called water cooling.
Right.
Because like there are a lot of gaming phones that are coming out right now, and a lot of people are buying into it. I mean, how much gaming can you do on a gaming phone? Like, is it really necessary?
I mean, there's Fortnite now, which is able to even play with people on PC and everything.
But I'd
I know
rather
you can't
just
play good
it
on a phone.
Yeah.
PC.
I've seen videos of people like doing the big building fights and everything on a phone.
Yeah, on a phone.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but would
It's
you,
possible.
But would you buy a phone just dedicated to gaming?
Oh no.
Oh
Like,
no,
that's just-
there's no,
Definitely
no
not.
Yeah,
point.
there's no
There's not like gaming laptops make sense, gaming consoles make sense, gaming portable devices, but not phones. Phones are meant for like.
You're just gonna offend like a bunch of people.
I know,
but
we're gonna offend a
is
bunch of mobile
mobile
gamers.
gaming real
No.
gaming?
It's not game. It's
Oh.
like is band a sport?
We not fit to do this.
That's
But
another
yeah, I've
podcast.
It's not
That's
a
another, that's
podcast
a
for another
discussion
time.
for another day.
yeah, that's a
Band
separate
talk
topic.
time.
When I look for phones though, I do keep gaming in mind or at least I used to, because during high school I was playing games on my phone all
Contest
day.
of Champions.
Yeah,
Contest of
Contest of Champions. It's a pretty graphically demanding game actually.
It's,
For
yeah, it
mobile.
actually is. For
I mean,
sure.
but any flagship can run
Yeah.
any game
Oh,
as long as it's a
yeah.
Oh
flagship.
yeah,
Yeah.
Because unless if you go for like the lower end versions of like phones, like $300, $400 phone.
Right.
But I would always look at screen size and resolution and the a little bit of the processing power, so because it matters a little bit. I don't want a choppy game,
That's true.
but
Can we
all
talk
good
about how
FPS.
no one who uses an iPhone knows anything about screen resolution? Like they're surprised to hear that their iPhone runs 720p. They're like, what? And what is that? And I'm like,
I know about it.
1080,
1080,
4K,
1440 here. So
1440.
I mean, if you have a plus version of an iPhone, yeah, you get 1080. Or if you get the iPhone 10, you have 1080. But other than that, 720p for so long. Up
But
until
they're also
iPhone 8.
selling a laptop for 8K.
That's true. Fully maxed
Wait,
out.
what?
Yeah, you didn't hear about
No,
that?
it wasn't
new-
8K. It was like 6K.
Nah,
It was 6.
Still-
Check their
still-
website right
That's
now.
still
Crazy.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's with like the maxed out 4 terabyte SSD.
No,
That
but
like brings it up.
they don't use the max potential of the Mac.
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't want to. They don't want to. You know, make your house catch fire.
Hey, don't tell
much
Alienware
processing.
about that. They're gonna one up them.
Alienware 16K.
Go for the 15-inch. I'm looking at this right now.
2 power banks.
Another complaint I have about it, a little bit, just a minor one,
Okay,
is the
tap
fact
it.
that it's starting on 8.1 Oreo, which is like Pi just came out. It's like you'd think they try to since it just came out, you think they try to hop on that hype
Push
train
it out
and
with. Yeah.
put it out with the latest Android and everything.
I
I'm
mean,
sure it'll be like ported to Samsung's whole thing soon.
Not really. I was waiting. I heard that Samsung was getting for the S8 like last year Oreo in October, and that was still like a month or two after they announced it.
Yeah.
I got it in February on my
Oh.
S8, so that was like a significantly long time.
Yeah, that's.
So I don't think they're gonna get it anytime soon this year. Like probably beginning of next
And then
year.
there's
That's
people
shame.
with like Verizon and I don't know what else where they have to
Verizon
wait even
is
longer.
the worst with it because other carriers have what is it, the demo? Not the demo. I forgot it completely.
Beta.
Beta. That's what it is.
There you
not the
go.
demo. The beta of it. Oh, and by the way, Tyler, it is 6,700 for the max
Okay,
4
that's
terabyte.
7,000.
But if you go to 512 gigs, it's 3,500. So I mean, 512 gigs,
But if
3,500.
you get that, you're gonna be a video editor.
That's it.
and
That's
you're
only
gonna
the
need
only
the
reason-
storage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
The
it. I mean,
only
like,
reason you
yeah,
would
the
need
big
that.
YouTubers they have it, but yeah. But then that competes right with the Dell XPS 15 and like other gaming laptops that go with it. But yeah, so I mean, Android Pie, it's because Samsung has such a big operating system and they released like new Samsung UI that goes with it. So with the Android Oreo, they had 9.0 Samsung Experience, and
Right.
with this, they had the 9.5, and I think the 0.5 is for the notes. So, I mean, I hope they would be a little quicker on that, because that's like the main gripe with it, like people hate. Like a little less optimized software, and then only 2 years of updates, and it's like after like 6 months after the new version came out.
Yeah.
The one thing I hate is the hate on the 9 series, the S9, 9 Plus, Note 9, because they were incremental updates. But why was no one complaining about the iPhone 6s, the iPhone 7, and the iPhone 8?
Right.
For 4 years, they used the same exact design for
Cheap.
4 years. So I don't understand, like, no one cared about that. But once it came with the Galaxy S9, this looks exactly like the S8. Yeah, it does,
Yeah.
because they did a huge update with the S8.
Right. It's like stylistically, I don't
you can't make
expect the
it better.
phone to change much. Yeah.
And, like, at this point, you can't make it better.
Yeah.
It's
There's-
not, like, possible.
There's only so much you could change a rectangle.
Yeah. And like bezels, like they structure, they're trying to
Trapezoid.
make it more.
Huh?
Trapezoidal phones.
Yeah, no, but
That's just stupid. Like no one,
It's
no one
just like-
uploads like videos to YouTube in a trapezoid shape. You're gonna have so much of your screen that's black. You're gonna have
I mean,
triangles
even-
on either side.
even now, like the S8 is 16 by 9 or 18.5 by 9, and like most videos and everything are still 16 by 9. So
Right.
it's not,
Yeah.
But then you could have 2 joysticks on the sides.
That's true. Or have like other stuff, or like, but movies are amazing to watch on it because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
curved,
yeah.
and since there's the black bars, there are no more black bars because it just filtered in
Right.
because it's made in like around 18
What is
by
it?
9.
18.5 by 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think movies are made like around there, so it's good enough. So it's
Yeah. YouTube videos a little weird. If you try to max out the screen, you're gonna get a little bit of cutoff. But
even some apps, when you're holding it vertically, it'll say you can fill the app, but it might not work.
right.
So for some apps, it doesn't work. But if it's apps that are scrollable, then it's like Google, Twitter,
Yeah.
like just home screen
fine.
messaging. Because if it's scrollable, it'll just increase it. But if it's meant like a game, games usually don't work too well on it.
Right. That's interesting that they decided to go with 18.5 by 9, knowing that, you know, most everything is still in 16 by 9.
Yeah. But I mean, people are just moving there because taller displays are better.
Yeah.
Because
It
like,
definitely.
people's hands are more fit to go higher up than wide.
Right.
'Cause our hands are only.
It seems that Samsung's trying to set a curve that they want everyone else to kind of follow with this. With some of there's some bold changes and upgrades.
Oh yeah.
The question I think is, for a lot of these features, are they worth it? Are they going to catch on? Are people going to copy, or is it just too expensive to be putting into?
Like what features
Every
do you
phone.
think?
For example, the change in size and everything.
Like for a
that-
bigger tablet?
Mm-hmm. And for what was it? What are we looking at? Some of the memory and all that.
I mean,
They'll
like a lot
definitely
of
copy that.
Yeah.
That has to be copied.
Yeah, because I mean, and Android needs at least 6 gigs of RAM to run really well. Like
Yeah.
iOS only needs like 3 gigs, and iPhones are running well, but 6 gigs on Android is like
Well
necessary.
enough.
And then if you move to 8, then you're solid there. What was that?
Well enough.
Well enough until it crashes and everything, and the battery just randomly dies, and then they throttle back your performance. Well enough, well enough, he says.
Welcome
At least we get to
trash
see
on Apple.
the battery health now.
But no, we can't too with Android Pie. Oh wait, I can't. But
Whoops.
Pixels can.
There you
Pixels
go.
can. Toby, did you get the update for Android Pie?
No, I haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, should, I
I
think
know.
you should have gotten it, or
No, I'm able to get it. I
oh,
just
okay, then get
I
it.
just been putting it off. Cause
We're on
Yeah,
I,
of
Tech
course.
Talk
Yeah,
Time,
and-
and we're using outdated stuff.
I
Yeah,
know,
Dude, I know.
Okay,
Hey, we're filming with an iPhone on top of a.
But I have the beta
That's true
for iOS 12.
Okay.
You and I have it.
Hold on.
yeah.
Let me
Wait,
find a
I didn't
fact
even
about
let me
this
finish
phone
my
real
sentence
quick.
about how we're filming with an
Fact
iPhone on
about
top
what?
of a symbol.
Oh, yeah.
I have to.
And the
This
security
phone,
camera.
this phone is old, and I am running Android 7.0.
Wow,
Ooh.
fantastic.
Good
so LG is
stuff.
also bad. LG is just a disappointment. I feel like LG is just a disappointment. They released the G7 ThinQ. What's with the
I know.
ThinQ? I never understood that name.
I don't either.
Made it confusing. I feel like it just made people talk about it.
But yeah, the G7 is out. I have the G5.
You need
I'm
to update.
slacking in the
You need
technology
to
department
update,
right
yes.
now.
I don't really
The
like the
most
Pixel 2 to be honest. I think it's a little ugly.
The Pixel.
Really?
Oh, the design?
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So
Actually,
I don't want to upgrade partially
I
because
mean,
of
how
that.
much is? It's not worse than the Pixel, right? How's it worse than the Pixel?
It's let me pull it
yeah.
up.
Is it not similar?
No,
It looks.
the
Interesting.
Pixel, the original Pixel. Whenever I saw one, I swear it was an iPhone. It looks.
Yeah,
almo-
the
the design
bezels?
is almost exactly the
I mean,
same.
but the bezels on that are similar to the Pixel.
Oh, yeah.
The Pixel 3 is it's going to be a complete flop. The XL with the huge notch and the
Oh,
lower
I
The
bezel.
notch
No.
is that's bad.
It's hideous.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say yeah, but I don't. The only reason I haven't updated to Pi yet was just because I just use my phone so much. I don't even want to like be without it just to do an update. I have to find. I gotta do it while I sleep or something.
Yeah, I mean, so LG's releasing LG's Q stylus phone, and it's basically a budget Galaxy Note. So you get like, so Samsung is like pushing it comes with a pen too, so it's like putting a stylus in a phone. People, because then that's the only one in its lead, right? No one else has a
Yeah.
stylus. I feel like no one can do it. It's just so impossible to put a stylus
Oh,
in
it's
4,000
so difficult.
Yeah.
Like it's just not easy. A 4,000 milliamp hour battery and all that in this small of a phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big phone, but like
I mean,
all of that in it.
fitting a 4,000 milliamp hour in that phone would be impressive without the stylus even in it.
Yeah.
You put a stylus in there, that's taking up so much space just by
Yeah,
itself.
it
That's
does.
crazy.
Definitely.
If you go on Samsung's website for it, it shows you a picture of the phone without the back cover on it. Like I'll just show you right here.
Oh.
So it shows you this without the back cover on it. And it just looks
that's some
very
stuff.
nice. Yeah. Because it has the
That is a
battery.
large
The
portion
pen takes
of
a
it.
lot. Like without the
looks
pen, they
like-
could probably make it like 4,500. or
Oh
something.
yeah, that looks like a modern art installation.
It does. Like
Beautiful.
I would literally put that up in my
Yeah,
room.
frame that.
I think what I really want is clear phones. Jerry rig everything like clears up the backs of phones that are now glass. I would pay for it.
That's an interesting idea.
Like a
You know,
Clear
call me
phone.
old school, but I've never liked glass on the back of a phone. I always like just metal. Just like, it makes it so much tougher. You won't crack the back of it.
That's
I
true.
feel like it looks nicer to me. That's just me personally, though, because I know everybody's moving towards glass
wireless
backs.
charging.
Because
too.
it looks all like
Yeah,
sleek
wireless
and
charging.
everything,
Yeah.
all modern. But I don't blame you. It's
I
really
mean,
just cosmetic.
I'm fine with it for what I love wireless charging. I have a wireless charging
Oh,
stand
yeah.
next to my desk, and I'll probably get one with the new Galaxy Watch because it can charge both the watch and the phone. So it makes sense to like get it. It's just convenient for me at least. But the companies that I hate, like OnePlus 6, made glass or the back glass,
Right.
but they didn't add wireless charging, so there was
But
0 point.
What is the point? Yeah.
No point.
Yeah.
And it looks
that's,
like metal in some cases, so it's no point. You're just making it less durable.
Yeah. Right.
But I'm fine with glass, as long as it is. Because I actually never had a metal phone. I went from a Galaxy S5, which was the last plastic phone from Samsung, then upgraded to the S8,
Yeah.
to a glass phone. So,
I had an S5. I had an S5 for a short period. did not end well for that
Mhm.
S5.
Oh yeah. Oh, you dropped it out of a
Yeah,
Jeep.
I dropped it out of a moving vehicle,
Man,
and it
Wow.
became dust.
that is
It
unfortunate.
was not a good time. At least it didn't have a glass back.
That's true. Oh,
Not that it would have mattered.
not that would have mattered.
Like, it would have made
Oh,
a
man.
difference.
Waterproofing.
You're
I
arguing your
love
case
the
against
water.
glass backs
No.
terribly right now.
Do you guys like think waterproofing is a good feature to have?
Yeah.
Have you guys like ever like been in a situation where
I've
you-
never trusted the waterproof feature because
Yeah.
what was it? I had something as a kid that said it was like waterproof and it lied to me and
I mean,
totally broke.
no phone is like waterproof. It's just water resistant.
Yeah, water
resistant.
resistant,
It's like up to
right.
30 minutes in a certain
Water
depth.
resistant.
Or,
No, I think water resistance is great because, see, okay, every phone I've ever had, I've destroyed. I've bricked every phone I've ever had.
Wow.
And
Amazing.
so there was one phone, I don't even remember what it was anymore. It was an LG Optimus, something old, tiny little, one of like those kids' smartphones, right? And I had it in my pocket and I went to the beach, right?
ran straight into the ocean.
Walked right into the ocean with it in my
Yeah,
pocket.
I've
I
done
mean,
that.
even with water resistance, like salt water will kill.
It'll kill it, yeah.
So
But
it's like best to be safe there.
I mean, just like even the slightest amount of water in a phone that isn't water resistant just
Yeah,
destroys
like,
it. I mean,
if
water
it doesn't
resistant,
destroy it instantly. It'll
like
destroy it
accidents happen. You don't want to like destroy $1,000 phone,
Yeah.
you know? Like whether or not you have insurance or whatever, you can afford a million
Insurance is, like, the
phones, but
biggest-
still.
It still
like
sucks.
insurance is a big
It's
scam
also a
also.
huge inconvenience, even if you have the money. Just
Yeah.
there's my phone for a couple days until the new one ships in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's raining really hard outside, and
And
That's
if you
like
need
the
to-
trying to use your
only
phone,
time
and
you need
I've never dropped it in a toilet or anything. Is that like a thing people do? Drop phones? in a
people do that. I've heard many a
it.
story.
I
I
don't
prefer to
know
see.
how.
Yeah, I just heard like the general. Oh, people drop it in a toilet.
I think I've bricked 3 phones, 2 dumb phones and 1 smartphone.
Yeah.
The 2 dumb phones were both from water, and then I've never actually bricked a smartphone from water though. I just dropped that one too much.
I've only had one phone stolen, never broke a phone. My
You've
Galaxy
never broke-
S5. Actually, the Galaxy S5, I did break it a couple times with
A couple
water.
times.
Yeah, you with water.
yeah.
But I sent it to Samsung, and then they sent a new one. And I'm like, shout out Samsung. But yeah, because the thing is, the reason I trust waterproof or water resistance now, I took my Galaxy S5 regularly in the shower with a cracked screen, and there was a flap on the bottom, and it was broken, and it was fine. So I did that multiple times, and it was IP67 water resistance, not IP68, and it still lasted. So I'm like, now with an IP68, no cracks, no flaps I have to worry about.
Yeah.
It should be fine, and it has been. Like I've taken the shower almost every time I'm in the shower, because I just read the news, read Twitter, read email.
Right. Yeah. In the shower, I
Very-
listen to music.
Yeah,
You know.
so it's simple.
It's
like
pretty
that.
normal.
Yeah.
It's just normal
Yeah.
to just.
I remember when that was such a weird thing.
I've.
Yeah.
Do you actually take your phones in the shower?
I do. My phone's not even water resistant.
You just do it? You're crazy.
Yeah, you're
I'm
I
just
do
dangerous. I know.
sometimes.
I keep this thing far away from water. I don't even bring it in the. I think it is. Is the Pixel XL water resistant?
not even the Pixel 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even bring this thing into the bathroom when the shower's running. I don't even want the moisture on this thing, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Music.
impressive control.
Yeah.
Dude, I respect the device.
Oh,
I
I
know.
don't, I don't throw it out of moving vehicles.
Oh man. I didn't throw it. It slipped.
Oh, sure.
That's what happened. All right. So you guys want to talk about the Bixby speaker?
Oh yeah.
That people are
Because-
saying it looks like a cow.
Yeah, because of course everybody's moving towards home automation and all that stuff. So of course Samsung had to go big with the Monsters
Cow.
vs. Aliens pod.
Let the jokes
I call it
continue.
the syndrome robot.
It looks
pod.
like a futuristic mini kind of thing.
It'll kill
It's so
Mr.
weird.
Incredible.
It will. It
Yeah,
does look
very,
a lot like that.
very likely. Oh, I've never been huge on the home speakers.
Me
Me
neither. Like
either.
even with like the voice activation, I've just never been.
I've had a bad experience with making the Google Voice activated assistant speakers.
I'm just, for me,
It does look a lot like it.
I have one of those, the Amazon Echo Dot,
Uh-huh.
and
Oh yeah.
in my house, and I think I leave it off most of the time, or just
Yeah, mine is off too.
Right.
either that, or I just don't use it when it is on.
Unless your whole house was hooked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might
So
be nice.
my parents' house in Colorado is partially automated, not fully automated. So you can control the kitchen lights, the lights in the basement, the lights in my the lights in my parents' bedroom. and then let's see what else. Front door, garage door.
Hmm.
That's about it.
Now I'd keep it on for that.
Yeah. So
Lights.
it's interesting
Yeah,
because
very
you can
nice.
just Alexa, turn on the kitchen lights or whatever. She'll turn it
Cindy
off.
Clapper.
And you can like change the color and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's all cool and
That's
stuff,
expensive.
but like, do I really?
Is it really improving the quality of your life enough to
Yeah.
have all that stuff set up?
Like, I find it easier to walk across the room and click a switch than, Alexa, turn on the kitchen lights.
No, not those lights. The kitchen lights. Alexa, and it doesn't say anything.
I don't understand what you're saying. Well,
That's the issue.
might as well just get up and
Yeah.
Like,
Now, if she could check what's in the fridge, then I'd keep it on at all
Oh no,
times.
Samsung can
yeah,
do
they
that.
actually make fridges.
Yeah,
That tell
Samsung
you
fridges.
what's
Whoa,
They tell you
but
what's in the
cameras.
fridge.
I
Something
it doesn't
I
tell
don't
you.
even look
same-
at fridges, honestly.
But I mean, you can just look at your phone and it'll open up the camera inside the fridge, and you just look at it physically.
I want it to tell me what's in the fridge.
No,
I
or
don't even
there's
wanna
some
have to
things
decipher
where it
the
says
fridge.
you need, like, if you want to make a recipe, you put it into like the Samsung fridge, and it tells you you don't have this item. I'll put it on your grocery list.
Now
And then
I'm-
and then you go on your
yeah.
phone when you're at the shopping, and it syncs with it.
But see, the problem is you still need two different things.
What?
You need the home one and then also the refrigerator.
What home one?
Like a home speaker.
Yeah.
Oh no.
just the
No,
refrigerator
Samsung is trying to put
independently.
Bixby in everything.
Yeah.
Like at their CES
Oh, okay.
thing, they tried to put Bixby in TVs, in the remotes for the TVs, in all the furniture that they're going to make, in the washing
The
machine,
furniture?
dryers, microwaves, everything. In kitchen, they want it everywhere.
So
So
they're gonna be always listening.
yes,
Of
basically.
course.
But like anywhere you are, you can say, "Hey Bixby," and then it'll be working. So yeah,
Aesthetically, I really can't tell if I like it or hate
yeah,
it.
me neither. It's a weird.
Aesthetically, I mean, I don't.
It
Man.
looks a little weird. I feel like if the legs
I
were a little
definitely don't
shorter,
love it, but I might like it a little bit.
Yeah, in
there should
terms
be a
of,
little bit more blue to it.
It's a little
in terms of looks, I'm not a big. It looks so goofy.
It does.
It's like I'm gonna have that out on a shelf or something, or on the counter or something. I'm gonna have people over at my house, and they're gonna say, "Oh, what's that?
It's like a modern piece
Is
of
it
art.
like Alexa?" And then it's,
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
So-
you're gonna wait for it.
No, it's a galaxy.
I guess it's a conversation starter.
it is definitely. I mean, so far out of all the smart home speakers, Google's by far is my favorite.
It looks the best.
It definitely looks the best.
Home,
for
you know,
sure.
the HomePod also looks pretty good. The Apple.
Oh, the Apple. Yeah. The Apple one's interesting. I'm not sure
but
I'm
you need an
huge.
iPhone to connect to it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I don't know if I'm
That's always
huge
gonna be an
on that
issue.
design
Yeah,
though.
it is.
My dad, you know the old MacBook Pro desktop,
Oh yeah.
which is like a big cylinder. My dad calls that the trash can.
Oh yeah.
'Cause it looks exactly like a trash can.
The Galaxy Watch that came out, it looks similar to the Gear S3
Yeah.
that came out. I think it was like 2016. But it seems pretty good. They released a new one, so
The watches, even though I wouldn't get the most use out of it, I'm a fan of this new Samsung watch for sure.
yeah. Because like I saw the initial release on their website, like that was leaked like a few days early, and it looked like an actual watch. It didn't look like a smartwatch.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like
No, that's definitely the best part of the design. Like
yeah, like bridging the
comparatively,
gap between it.
yeah, comparatively to the like Apple Watch,
Yeah.
you're just wearing a square on your wrist.
Yeah.
It has no like. I don't know. Aesthetically, it's just
It doesn't
not.
look like
It's
a
not
watch.
there. It doesn't look like a watch
Apple
at all.
doesn't want you to look like a watch. But like Samsung is
Yeah.
like, oh, wear a watch.
I'm not a fan of the square on the wrist.
Yeah,
No,
me
me
neither.
neither.
I want something to look like a watch
I
because
want to be fashionable.
That rose gold.
oh,
It's
the
nice,
color,
isn't
it
it?
looks nice. Even though it's like rose gold, but like it looks nice. And then, cause I bought my brother a Galaxy Gear S3, the Gear S3 watch, and I thought it would look good on pictures, but like in person, it just looks fake. It's a smartwatch, and that's the only gripe that I
Yeah.
have with it. It just doesn't look like. I want it to be like seamless. Like if I'm just wearing it casually, I want it to be a watch, not a smartwatch.
Yeah, it has to be subtle. I think.
Yeah. Like not
'Cause
like a super bright display that's like blinding everyone and everyone
Yeah.
can see.
It's kind of just like how I was feeling with the Bixby speaker. It's just like I don't want people coming up to me like, "Oh wow, I like this. What can you do on the smartwatch?" Especially like relatives and stuff like coming to my house and stuff. It's like I just
Can you play music?
I want it to be you know what I mean? Like I'm guilty of that when like smartwatches were first like on the market. And
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
for
first
sure.
a thing. Had a friend who had one. I went up to him all the time, like asking him about, oh, what is it? What does this do? Do you have a calculator on it? Oh yeah, I do. Oh, let me see
Calculator
it.
on it.
But I want to. Yeah, it's It's nice that it's looking a little more subtle.
It's coming out tomorrow, so I want to look at it and see.
Yeah.
How much. I think it's gonna go for around 350. I really want this.
I saw that too, 350.
Because like I have a smaller wrist, and that's the one thing. Like with smartwatches, you're so limited on it. So
Yeah.
I just hope that they have a small version.
Are
It
you
doesn't
able
say, like, the
to
size
get
or
custom
anything.
bands and stuff for the watch?
Well, it's not just the custom bands. Like it fits my wrist. It's just the watch face.
Oh, the face.
The
Yeah,
face
because I
itself
tried my
is-
brother's Gear S3, and those are just the classic, not the huge Frontier. It looks big. It just looks way too big for my wrist. It doesn't
Right.
look good.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm wearing something huge on my wrist.
Okay, yeah.
so-
Personally, I like big faces, even though I have a small wrist. It's like
some
that's
people
just a
like
fashion
that.
choice or something. But
I prefer the smaller wrist.
It's a big face.
huh?
It's a big
small
face.
I have a watch with a bigger face, but the band doesn't even fit me.
Oh, okay.
It's a shame.
The 4G version comes with 1.5 gigs of RAM, which is pretty good for a watch.
I mean, we have to pay for the 4G and everything,
Yeah.
so it's like all that.
Oh.
I mean, they only have 2 sizes. I hope they had more sizes, but an OLED display. I don't know if the other one was also OLED, but it's probably like an updated type of thing. And multi-day battery life. So, I mean,
And-
multi-day battery life would be good.
Multi-day, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Or
they
just like-
did upgrade the battery, definitely. The 46.
That's
millimeter
huge.
one.
I hope it'll be good.
472 milliamp hours.
I just can't wait for the day when they figure out how to get whatever batteries in the Mars rover small enough to go inside our handheld devices.
I mean, that's where everything comes from. I think
Can
it's
last a
like,
year
yeah.
or two. Oh, that'll be the day. Nanotechnology, man.
Oh man,
The future.
that's gonna be a game changer
Definitely.
for sure.
I think everyone should just use student discounts. I mean, I saw the Note 9 for 1,200, but you can get it for 1,150 or something like that. Like you get a $50 discount, why not, right?
So use the discount on the Mars rover.
Yes, you can. Obviously, you can buy a Mars rover for
That
50%
Mars
off.
rover,
Yes.
no problem. All right, we've covered most of our main talking points.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. Oh, but the 128 gig instead of being 1,000, it's 925. You save $75 on it
Oh,
with a
not
student
bad.
discount. 925. I mean, compared to, and you get like free headphones, AKG headphones, like over-ear headphones if you.
Oh wait,
purchase them.
you get AKGs with them in the box.
With the
Oh,
discount
those are the earbuds.
price.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you get like I think my phone does like a $400 trade-in for the S8. I get this phone for like 520. I'm not looking into it.
You will do it.
I bet 128 gigs of storage.
I already know you're gonna do it.
I'm
See how
really
it
glad Samsung stepped up their inbox earbuds
Yeah.
because they've been horrible.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, that's true. That's
They
true.
always break.
That they're uncomfortable to put in. I mean, Apple has destroyed them in the inbox earbud department for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, Apple earbuds, you just slip them in, you're done. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had before this one, I had the Motorola, the Moto something. I forgot what it was, but it didn't come with earbuds in the box.
Like,
I was actually partially excited for getting a new phone that day because I broke all my earbuds leading up to that moment.
right.
Couldn't even listen to music on my new phone for a little bit. I had to go back out to the store.
Yeah, I think that'll be it for our first podcast regarding the Galaxy Note 9 and all the accessories that are coming with it. So,
Note
one
9,
thing-
Galaxy Watch, Bixby speaker.
One thing that I always hate, no one gives Samsung enough credit for like the presentations that they have. They have a huge screen and it wraps around to the floor, and
Oh yeah.
like it's just insane.
It was a truly dramatic display.
So I don't understand why, literally, but I just don't understand why like everyone loves Apple for like making a new theater. Like what they do with the theater? But I just don't like it. So it's
The
just literal.
simplistic model.
Yeah, but I mean, if you make like such a big screen, it's just like an impressive type of thing. I just love that Samsung undeniably makes the best storage and display, like without a doubt. So
Well, thanks for tuning in to the
Yeah.
Apple Trash Talk podcast.
Apple Trash
Excited
Talk.
for the Note
It was
9.
Endurance.
Samsung
Excited
not supposed to be.
fanboys podcast.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I
2018.
would say I'm a Samsung fanboy, but like, this thing. One thing I always hated that I need to talk about: the fingerprint sensor on the S8. People complain about it. No issue. No issue.
Wait, really?
I've never had an issue with it. I tried Grant. You guys know Grant. I tried Grant the first time he got the S8 before me. He let me hold it. my hand fit in place perfectly. I got this, never an issue, never touched the camera sensor, never mistaked it. And people like to complain. People like find any issue with Samsung, and then they force it to remove it.
Oh yeah, that was a largely hated feature. As soon as people found that out, it was just
Where was
But-
the fingerprint on it?
It's
So-
next
Right
to the
here.
camera.
So
It
fingerprint
looks
sensor-
so clean.
I actually I have to agree with the hate on that one, because I mean, like as soon as you get smudges
Yeah,
on your
but I never
lens,
got a single smut. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah, but your hands are smaller
Then what?
than the average.
My hand? But then
Are
how does
they?
my hand reach up there? I mean, your hands are bigger than the
Yeah.
average.
Oh,
Not as pretty big.
Yeah, you have big hands.
I mean, it might be just bigger. That's why I fit in place more. I mean,
maybe, I
people are
don't know.
complaining.
Mine
I'm-
blocks it.
No, it's not about blocking it. It's like touching it. Like
About
it'll-
touching and
it
smudging
Oh,
the
naturally
camera and
rests in
everything.
place, and I'm not touching accidentally the camera sensor. Because yeah, you're gonna block it obviously, but you're not taking a picture like this. Why would you unlock your phone and take a picture at the same time?
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
just
Yeah.
it's just the possibility of like
Like
Like,
And
one
you have to
messing
wipe
up
it
and-
off.
one person complained about it, and then that's what happened. One person
Yeah.
complained about it.
It's such
Although-
an odd scenario though. You unlock your phone with the fingerprint scanner, and then immediately take a picture while your fingers in the
Yeah, I
same
don't know what
spot.
I was talking about there.
no, it's not that your fingers gonna be blocking the thing. It's that if you smudge the lens,
Oh,
it
yeah.
won't be able to focus properly.
But I
Okay,
never had an issue with that. And if anything, just take your shirt and just wipe it.
it might not be the best
It's
placement, but
it's not a huge issue,
But
but
not something
it's
that they had to fix.
not something they had to complain endlessly about.
Yeah. Because like every single S8 review, they love everything, but then it comes to the fingerprint sensor, I'm like, I just ignore that part because it doesn't affect me because my phone, it just works for me.
Right.
I love how we said we're ending the podcast, but
Yeah.
alright.
I
now
had to
we are-
talk
now we
about
are.
my issues that are non-existent.
Any conclusions? Any thing we need to say?
Basically, stay tuned for next time.
Like,
where-
subscribe.
We are Samsung fanboys.
Not all.
No, I'm
V-Bucks
not.
giveaway.
He's not.
I'm
Me
definitely
Joe?
not.
You're a Samsung fanboy, Sohail?
No, I have an LG.
I'm very
But
critical
I mean,
of
would you change to
Samsung.
a Samsung?
Yeah, that's what you're
You
saying.
would? What about you? Would you ever change to a Samsung? Note 9. If
I'd
someone,
consider it.
if someone said buy a Note 9 for $300, would you buy it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually very critical of Samsung. I don't even like Samsung that much, but this new Note
The
9 is
phone
definitely
is
a big
undeniably
win.
good, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's
It's a
undeniable.
big win. Samsung took a big win with this one.
Yeah. Like, it's a big competitive design because it matches the price,
Yeah.
but it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's in spec sheets, but we have to see like real world tests and everything.
Mhm.
I mean, I understand the processor's a little slower. Like, it matches the last year's processor, but then this year's gonna be faster, obviously. But I mean, I don't understand how fast does it need to go. Everyone's like, oh, the phone's not fast. It's every phone is fast. Just how fast do you want it to go?
So what do you need it for?
All right. So final words in here. Excited for the Note 9. Excited for the Galaxy Watch.
Yes.
Bixby speaker.
Cool
Cool stuff.
We're not gonna use it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get it.
We're
that's
not gonna
one
use
thing
it,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
buy.
in the
Definitely not
market.
for college students.
If you're a Samsung fanboy and you want a home speaker,
Even more
it's there
than
for
me,
you.
because like I like Samsung, I love Samsung, but the whole thing,
Yeah, Bixby
I just don't see
speaker.
myself using it.
Little ugly. It's kind of pretty cool though. Still, I'm not gonna use it, but hope you like it.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that was it. We'll see you next
Like
time.
and subscribe and tune in
And
next
share it
time.
with your friends who are into tech or
Share.
anything. And I guess that'll be it. So goodbye.
Bye.